Hello and welcome. My name is Ansu. If you're new here, consider subscribing down below. It has been a minute since I've last filmed, so if I'm kind of out of it, that's probably why. But when I was looking through my videos and the things that I had posted, I realized that I haven't posted an April wrap-up, and obviously I haven't posted a May wrap-up because it just hit June. But yeah, I wanted to talk about all of the books I read in April as well as May, because I totally skipped on April without even realizing it. I only read 2 full books and a half of a book in April. Both of the books were not the best in my personal opinion. I wasn't very happy with it. But I'm gonna still talk about it. The first one is Twice Shy by Sarah Hogel. I saw someone talking about this book and how cute it was. That's why I picked it up. I was so excited to get to this one. It sounded adorable. We have this woman whose life is completely in shambles, and one day her great aunt or someone passes away and she gets this whole inheritance of this huge like cottage home kind of situation. She's very excited because she has lived there in the past when she was younger, and she's just like really pumped about going there. But once she gets there, she realizes the arrangement is that she has to live with the groundskeeper, and he's just like a very hunk of a dude. He doesn't seem very nice. Let's just leave it at that. The thing is though, she has been dating someone recently and she was catfished by a picture of this same groundskeeper. So it's a little crazy twisty like that, and it's supposed to be a cute romance, but honestly I fell asleep through a lot of it and I just didn't really care about anything. I just wanted it to be over. So personally, it was not my favorite. I gave it like 2 stars or 2.5. Let's be a little nicer, but yeah, I personally did not enjoy it. It was not my cup of tea. So yeah, I did end up reading this one though, so yeah. The next one as well, it was kind of disappointing. It is The Family Secret by Kirsten Modglin. If you don't know, I've read a few books by this author and I've really enjoyed it in the past. She writes very quick, almost novellas, I think. They're literally like 200 pages or something. They're very short. Technically not an early reader copy because I got an audiobook of it. This book did release in January. I got the audiobook, so technically it was like released later. I don't know. We have this family who's like incredibly rich. The parents died and they're like 3 kids, they all get the inheritance essentially of different things, and they all meet up in their family house, and then they realize like what all they were supposed to get. There's some really dark secrets. This newly engaged son and his fiance also come there, and they're really realizing some dark secrets about this family and the things that happen there. The twists in the end, I did not care for. It was a fun book, like I'm not gonna lie, like it was terrible or anything. It wasn't. It was just the twist in the end was like kind of weird. It was too much almost, right? And I did not love it as much as I would have liked to. It's not bad. Like again, it's not bad. It really isn't. It's a really nice concept. I don't think I've really seen anything like it. But even so, like it just constantly kept coming back to me. I was just like, this is weird. Like, what am I reading? It didn't feel like a real mystery thriller kind of a situation where you're just like, this could totally happen to a normal person. This just felt unreal to me. So that's why I felt like it was a little off. I think I gave this like 2.5 stars as well. I personally did not enjoy it. Again, like it's not bad or anything. I just didn't care for it as much. Okay, so those were the 2 kind of failure of books for me in April. And the other book that I read a half of in April and I finished in May was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This one I feel like a lot of you already know about, and you've probably heard a lot about it and love it even. I was so excited. I was so thrilled because I felt like this was something that I would totally love. Then tell me why I gave it 3 stars. I could see the potential of this book. I could really see it. But it did not vibe with me, and I know a lot of people really love this and they'll come at me with pitchforks, but this was just not it for me. We're following around these 2 characters who kind of meet when they're maybe like 10 or something in a hospital. Sadie's sister is in the hospital with I think cancer, and she's like always in the hospital, and Sam is also in the hospital because he got into an accident and his body is not working as it should. And essentially they meet together in a game room and they end up talking to each other, end up playing some video games together, and they just strike a good friendship. We come to realize that Sam had not talked to a single person for the months that he had been in the hospital. This is the first time, and then they kind of have like a whole friendship thing going on. Fast forward a bunch of years, they lose track of their friendship. They're not talking to each other anymore, and we meet these characters again when they're adults like in university, college, or whatever. The whole concept of like the game itself was really good. I really enjoyed how that was kind of set apart. Like they're trying to explain how the game was brought to life and how they work together as Sam and Sadie, and it's really fun to see that whole concept. However, there's this particular character that is Sadie's professor. It feels like grooming, but maybe it's not because she's an adult, but he was already married and he still goes after her. There's definitely like a power dynamic issue going on where he's a professor, she's a student, and he's taking kind of advantage of her. That character always came up even towards the end of the book. Like she had to like cut him off completely when she realized that he's like kind of messed up. She still didn't, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, why is this character coming back over and over again? I just did not like that. The friendship between these two characters, Sadie and Sam, just felt like at times it was really forced. I didn't understand how they were coming that close. Like, of course, like they were working together, they spent a lot of time together, they seemed to have like this good friendship going on. It didn't feel like tangible to me. I didn't really care for it. That was the issue. So I didn't love it. I gave it like 3 stars. Like every single review I've seen have given it a 5 stars, and I just couldn't. I did not enjoy this at all, and I'm so disappointed. This was so expensive. Okay, anyway. And that is not the point of this video. I did end up reading The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. This one, however, was really good. I gave this 4.5 stars. If you're looking for something that's just fun, adventure-y, and with a lot of comedy in it, this is what you're looking for. We're following around Amina al-Sarafi, who is middle-aged. I think she's in her 40s, and she was a pirate. She just quit completely and she's just living for her family. She's settled down and she's ready to like keep going like that. One day like a former crew member's mother actually approaches her and it's just like, you have to go on another quest and save her granddaughter, and a lot of money was involved, so Amina could not say no to this offer and she ends up going pirating again. But because obviously she's a woman pirate, everyone's just like, oh, she's not strong enough, she's not, you know, piratey enough. I don't know what the word is, but anyway, everyone kind of looks down upon her. Well, they literally can't, because she's like a huge woman from the descriptions. She seems like she's like 6 feet tall. She's like a big woman, right? Everyone's just like, oh, you can't be a pirate. But like, do you see her? She looks very powerful. In my head, she's like an extremely powerful, muscly woman. And I just appreciated seeing that overall. And yeah, it's a fun book. I'm not gonna lie. It was so much fun. It's not like a masterpiece or anything like that, I feel. But it was just an overall really good time, and I would highly recommend you guys to pick it up if you haven't yet. It's worth any hype that it gets. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good time. The next one I got as an advanced reader copy from NetGalley through HarperCollins, and this one was Paper Names by Susie Luo. I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 stars. It's a really beautiful story about these immigrants who are living in the US. They're like trying to fit in, try to live their lives, and it's just the difficulties that they go through. There's a specific violence that happens in a hotel, like outside a hotel, where this Chinese American man works, and because of that particular act of violence, it brings together this really unseemly pair of people together. So some white Americans and some Chinese American people as well. We're following around these characters and the things that they go through and the depth that these characters have coming through their emotions, the way that they were almost like physically and mentally abused by their parents, and how that kind of translated into them being parents. It was interesting. Having trauma as a child kind of takes over you being a parent. And if you really don't try to like control it and try to fix yourself, you can also end up messing your own kids. So I really love seeing that whole aspect. There were some dialogues between the Chinese American like family. They have a daughter, so the daughter Tammy and the father's dialogues, it really hurt. Like there's some things that were said that couldn't be taken back, and there's a lot of raw emotions in this book. It is a debut novel, so definitely check it out. It's really interesting, and just seeing how these characters went through life was just very heart-touching to see, and I really enjoyed it. The next one I also got an early copy as an audiobook from NetGalley, and that is Don't Go Down There by Kirsten Modglin. This one I really loved. Like I said, Kirsten Modglin is an author that I have read from. I think I've read like 4 or 5 books by her, and I really enjoyed all of them, except like The Family Secret, maybe one other. But like most of the time, they're like pretty intense and I love it. So this one follows around two main characters. This one is a domestic thriller, so we have Spencer Edwards, who has a beautiful wife named Andy and two kids. One day Andy gets a notification that her husband is like home at a weird hour. Once she's home, she's like, what happened? Why is he here? She can't find him. He's not replying to any texts. She has no idea what's going on. She's trying to figure out if he cheated, if he's dead. Like, all these scenarios are going through her head and she does not know what's up. But the truth is much, much worse than she actually anticipated, and it's her coming to terms with those things and fixing the issues, if you will. It's a very interesting story, let's say. I really enjoy this one. Also, like, the plot twist, at least in the beginning, like, you can totally tell like what the secret is. Towards the end, like the last couple of chapters really gave it for me. That's something that Kirsten Merchant really does. She goes through this extensive book, like, pretty quickly actually, but by the end of it she has this crazy twist that just makes your jaw drop and you're just like, what just happened? What did I just read? That's messed up. That's exactly what I got, and I really enjoyed that. 100% would recommend this one. I really enjoyed it. Just looking at the reviews on GoodReads, a lot of people did not like this book for some reason. I really enjoyed it though. It was really fun for me, so I'm still gonna stand by my review. Finally, I ended up reading Where Did Rhythm Takes You by Sarah Dass, and this one I had gotten from HarperCollins a while back. This came out in May 2021. It's May 2023 when I finally read it. Unfortunately, it took me way too long. This one is a YA contemporary. We're following around our main character, Reina, whose mother has passed away, and she has kind of taken over this like hotel resort type of place in like Tobago. She had this childhood friend slash boyfriend person named Aiden, who they kind of went their separate ways. Really heart-wrenching. Fast forward a few years, in present day she's like 16 or 17 years old. Aiden actually ends up coming to her hotel resort place, and they're trying to like patch things up with their friendship. We're trying to figure out what happened in their relationship, why it got messed up so much, those kind of things. And it was enjoyable to an extent, but I could not see the romance between these two characters at all. Like, Reina and Aiden, I just couldn't understand their chemistry. Like, yeah, sure, they had a few conversations, but it really wasn't shown to us. It was just told like they had such good chemistry, they were working really well, and they just loved each other so much. But why? That wasn't really shown too well. But it is a YA contemporary, so like I kind of didn't expect a lot, but I still wanted more. Yeah, it's not the best, like the first love, heartbreak, sweet story, and it's enjoyable enough. So it was a 3 stars for me. It was not bad, but it was not the best thing that I've ever read in like YA contemporary itself. So yeah, it was a mediocre book at best for me, but yeah. Cool. Those are all the books that I read in April and May. If you have read any of these books and or are looking forward to reading any of these books, let me know down below, and talk to me, guys, about the books that you enjoyed in the past couple of months, because I'd like to know. My TBR is ever growing and I'd love to read more stuff. But yeah, that is it from me. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Ansu. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified every single time I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all next time with another one. Until then, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye!